Hello there, lovely world. Hi, what's up? So anyways, this is going to be the first challenge run on the channel, which is called Hollow Knight Silksong, No Upgrades. So this no upgrades run needs to be properly defined. What is no upgrades? Well, at the simplest terms, it's pretty self-explanatory. However, we need to dive into what is an upgrade. How do we define an upgrade? What makes an upgrade? So I've kind of cut it down into this. So there are many things that I consider upgrades in Hollow Knight Silksong. Tools, upgrading your weapon, upgrading your health, school, and maybe more. Stuff that doesn't count as an upgrade is stuff that, like, you just kind of passively get, I think. Or, like, it's just kind of passive. It doesn't do anything to enhance your character, like, in, like, strength or, like, combat-wise. So I guess this is more of a non-combat upgrade run, because people might consider maps upgrades, or, like, the compass an upgrade, whenever I don't. And, hold up, wait, the compass is a tool. You're contradicting your own challenge run, aren't you? And to that I say, yes. I don't care. It's really funny. Okay, I think with all that out of the way, I think we can finally begin the challenge run. Woo! Wee-hee! Wow. I'm fucking dead. Actually, I'm really... Welcome to Hollow Knight Silksong. Yeah, yeah, everyone's already played this already. Everyone's already played this game. Like, why am I even making a video on it? Like, there's literally no point. I mean, someone's probably already done this before. Wait. Oh my god! Okay, fine. I may not be the first one to actually do a challenge very similar to this, and it's way easier than Crestless. Well, I mean, wait a minute. Crestless would literally imply that you're only punching them with your fist. Yeah, this is like... This is just easy in comparison. I mean, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I'm just so bad at video games. Oh my god. Okay, fine. Okay, I may not be Fireborn, I may not be all these other people, but I can definitely do this challenge. It should be a landslide. It's just a stupid mini boss. I mean, it's not even a real boss. This sounds kind of racist. That sounded really bad. Okay, I'm just gonna skip the... Okay. Okay, we killed them. It's over now. I'm gonna go back for that mossberry before I forget. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so I encounter the chapel maid, a little bit, intimidated by them, but I eventually figure out that, I took 15 milligrams of NyQuil. Is NyQuil a liquid? I've never taken NyQuil before. Anyways, I get head boops. It's not my proudest moment. I gain a main objective, I then travel for a little bit, and eventually arrive at Bone Bottom. Yeah, it's a little bit depressing, I'll be honest. I don't think I'll be staying here for that long. I already have enough depression to begin with. I did not need to say that. I explore further, slowly navigating the craggy gray terrain, finding not very threatening enemies, coming across some moss, and eventually arriving at an arena, where combat would ensue. Upon its defeat, I then travel, by falling through the opened ground, to open up a gate by hitting a lever, opening the gate up to, by far, one of the cutest NPCs I've ever seen in a game, Sherma! I then find a bench and insert my rosaries,
If I couldn't buy
for it. Anyways, now I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be oversimplifying a lot of the exploration since it's just kind of going place to place. So I think this is mainly going to be me showing arenas and combat, and that's really about it. But just know that I am fully traversing the game without collecting any upgrades. Any upgrades that aren't forced upon me, anyway. We then encounter our great warrioress, or whatever. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really remember her name. Anyways, she sells maps and stuff, so yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, now I do want to show me buying compass here. Now, I know what I said. Oh my god. Oh my god. How dare you buy a tool and you're going to use it? To that I say, I've already played plenty of games where I have to navigate a map without a little marker showing me where I'm at, okay? You can... Are you doing this challenge? No, that's what I thought. Okay. So, we now get a silk skill. Now, this silk skill is required. I have to use it, and it is forced upon me. Because of that reason. Now, I'll explain why it is, because for anyone that may not remember, or just simply does not know, you have to use this in order to traverse these next few parts of the game, and on top of that, you also have to use it to free the Bell Beast, which is our next boss. We then collect the Silk Heart, which is, well, also forced upon me. It's an upgrade, but you're forced to grab it to continue. But it's the only one that you're wait. Never mind, I think Lace 2 actually forces you to grab one as well. And I'm also pretty sure you need all 3 of them to get to Act 3. Fuck. So, through my adventures, I find this pretty big opponent, and he gives me a lot of trouble. I actually think I died to him a couple times, but fret not. Eventually, I do defeat him. Continuing through, and well, to the Hunter's March.
Oh my god, it took 4
To and
hits
through.
to kill an ant. Oh my god.
I eventually find myself in an arena, and this is the first arena to really give me a lot of trouble. Yeah, I'm not exactly proud of it. I eventually continue after our arena fiascos to go get our next ability. Sprint. I
finally
don't know what the actual ability's name is. I just know it's sprinting.
Yes. After an
I was
hour
very, very elated to get the sprint.
constant playing. At last, we get the swift step.
Like a sprint at blinding speed, and it's just like, it's just this. I then encounter an arena, I then finish the arena, and then I find my favorite boss, Lace. I like all the Lace fights, which is kind of rare for like repeated bosses. Like, I'm fine with Udix Gundyr, but I find Champion Gundyr kind of boring. Like, oh no, he's buffed and faster and doesn't have the original second phase. Like, okay.
PASTEL.
Okay. You know, it's kind of weird to beat a boss that fast. Anyway. Farfields. What a beautiful place. Lush, greenery, and although the heat might be a little bit intense due to the ever-looming lava not too far below your feet, on this craggy, grassy terrain, you'll find plenty of beauty across its vastness. Ants and other bugs alike, galore, full of beautiful lights and sights to see. However, we don't have to travel too far to find any level of violent creatures, violent terrain, but also some friendly faces. One being our prevalent little map seller, our cartographer, a great warrior lady to a tribe, and then, not too far after, we then send ourselves off on a quest to gain a new upgrade that is forced upon us, called the I actually forget what it's called. I just call it the buoyancy cloak because that's basically what it is. I then collect some spinal cores, which were requested by the seamstress. I then give her the spinal cores, and then she upgrades my cloak. Now, the reason why we have to get this upgrade is because of certain things like air vents and stuff like that, which are required, like, you have to pass through in order to get through the rest of the game. Like, you're literally forced to get this. So, yeah, it sucks. To have to get another upgrade kinda sucks, but... I then traverse, again, with my new cloak worn, and eventually find myself encountering the fourth chorus, a construct we encountered earlier embedded in rubble. But they're definitely not going to be a match for me. Now with that out of the way, I can continue exploring. I explore through Greymoor, eventually finding a arena. And this one has shown me a lesson indeed, that enemies now are going to be far more beefier and far more difficult from now. Starts to like ramp up the difficulty, I think. Oh my god. Okay. Dude, High Hall's gauntlet is going to be so terrifying. I traverse through Greymoor, pulling levers, bouncing off of balloons, and eventually finding a bench, and then continuing my journey onwards, and eventually arriving at the halfway home. I buy a drink, which I don't know if anyone's ever done this before. Let me know if you have. Anyways, I start speaking to New. I accept her wish request, and I get the Hunter's Journal. I said it really weird. It's the Hunter's Journal. Okay, anyways. I go to Bone Bottom and pick up some and complete some. So I'm gonna try and get all the wishes that I can done. Okay, I think the one that we... Because after accepting all the wishes in Bone Bottom, I then go back to Greymoor to fight our next boss, which is going to be Wingmore. Haunted Bellheart. We are now reaching territory where the game starts to reach far higher difficulty. And this is the point where stat bloat is going to become Shellwood. Bosses are going to get harder, enemies are going to be more complex, and far more beefier. But the worst is ahead of us. For right now, we should take this time to relax and try and enjoy Shellwood. I find myself in the jaws of an arena, and it shows me again that I'm definitely going to have a lot more difficulty from here on out. I then buy a bench, rest on bench, go to Shakara. See, I can't do it right now, but I think what I'm going to do. I don't know how to say it. I'm trying, okay? Anyways, I buy the fucking Belby station. I then traverse more until I make my way to Sister Splinter. After defeating Sister Splinter, I then begin to traverse Shellwood yet again, trying to get my hands on my next forced upon me upgrade. There's a lot of them. This one being Cling Grip, aka wall climbing. It's necessary and integral, which I guess means the same thing, for, well, the big parkour sections of the game. Go figure. I think it is Cling Grip. Yeah, it's 100% Cling Grip. There we go, we have wall climb now. I then begin trekking towards a fight I've been kind of dreading a little bit. Ever since I really started this playthrough, there's been a couple fights I've been worried about. This is one of them. Widow, I could actually see myself dying to Widow. Since I struggle with Widow.
Viento.
Spark of difficulty. Alright, well, the game's actually getting harder now, so... just like it always was going to. Well, I guess my question lies... With Widow defeated, a weight in my heart has been removed. That dread I was feeling wasn't really necessary, and I don't know if I really built a level of confidence from it, but I wasn't as worried about this challenge as I originally was. Maybe this challenge wouldn't be incredibly difficult. Or maybe I was being lured into a false sense of security, and I just got lucky. We'll see. At this point in the game, there is around 2 options for us to progress the main story, which is what we're trying to do. Either we go to the Blasted Steppes to fight the last judge, or we go to, well, we go to Sinner's Road, and then from Sinner's Road we then enter the Mist, and then from the Mist we then enter the Exhaust Organ to fight Phantom. But I had a bit of another idea. Why not, instead of just doing one, we just fight both? Now, I know what some people are probably thinking. Oh, well, I mean, doesn't Phantom require you using the parry cross-stitch skill or like whatever? See, you are technically correct, but it's never given to you as the actual skill when you fight them, only after you beat them. So theoretically, I'm not using the skill because I don't have it. However, once it is given to me, it is then considered a silk skill, which then makes it unusable. And as I've stated, I can't use silk skills. Again, kind of like the whole no upgrades thing. Like, I can't use upgrades. Anyways,
No.
I think I'll show you how that Phantom fight went. Trust me, it's super fucking long. Okay. Okay, it says parry. Okay. That's the only one. It said parry and not cross stitch. If it said cross stitch, I was gonna close the game. Now we actually get cross stitch. I know that sounds so bullshit. I don't care. I really want
now
to do this.
I have my next boss in my line of sight. The Last Judge. A boss that I think some people find a lot harder, most people find a lot harder than Phantom. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but honestly, I really like the Last Judge fight. I'm fine with the run back, because I really like the fight. There's not a lot of fights that I can think about that I don't like, except, like, that one fat dude in Bilewater. If you've played the game to third act, you probably know what I'm talking about. I think his name is like Grawl or something. I don't know. Anyways, I'm yapping. I'm just gonna show you the Last Judge fight now. finally, Act 2 has been reached, and thus the beginning of ultimate fucking despair. This shit beat my ass hard. And there's going to be very few things that I cover, because the parts that I am going to cover are very, very fucking long. One of which, High Hall's Gauntlet. Anyone that knows, the High Hall's Gauntlet just got post-traumatic stress disorder, got a Winter Soldier moment, and your eyes started rolling back into your head. Like, it is genuinely terrifying. 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 Okay, welcome to... Wait. I already want to leave. So if you don't know, which I know you don't, I hate this place. I have a searing hatred for this place. Like, whoever designed this place needs to be institutionalized. Whoever was at Team Cherry and like, you know what, this place is perfect. This place is perfect as it is. It's awesome. You genuinely have a mental illness. So, I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually just gonna sit here and yap. So I've been trying to export this video for like the past 2 days, which by the way, the exportation process for this video takes so fucking long. Either it's because my PC is so incredibly ass or some other thing. By the way, the audio is muted here because I'm playing Roar of the Jungle Dragon, which is what I'm about to talk about, because I've been getting hit with copyright like a fucking bitch, okay? Now listen, me actually adding in Roar of the Jungle Dragon, that was fucking okay. Like I thought that would be okay. But apparently a fucking company is like, yo, fuck you, we own that music. Even though even though Roar of the Jungle Dragon was made by DeCicisive, which some of his music is fine, but then a lot of his other music is not. Apparently Roar of the Jungle Dragon being one of those. It's just really cringe, but okay. I mean, it isn't like the Chapsticks whatever situation where he was trying to use Universal Collapse and it's some random ass dude like copywrote his cover remix of Universal Collapse. But still, it's just really dumb. I don't know what to say. No! This shit is built like a lean cuisine. Let me get out of this prison. You guys ever have a lean cuisine, bro? Trust me, I'll stop dying once I get out of here, bro. I won't be dying nearly as much. I finally got through the underworks. And I'm now in the coral chambers. I have some very cool interactive dialogue with Lace. Again, my favorite boss. Probably my favorite character in Silksong. Other than Sherma, which I think Sherma and Lace are kind of equal to that position. But you know, yeah. I don't know what to really put here. I'm gonna be honest. Ever hang around the gymnasium?
Enter!
I begin to explore the coral chambers and whatever. However, I am quite prone to getting my throat punctured by a fucking needle. And it was getting boring exploring with no noise, so you know what I do? So while I was exploring with Roar of the Jungle Dragon on, I eventually come across a gauntlet, a little arena, a little pit of despair, if you would. Yeah, I hated this arena. I didn't like it, sports fans. It wasn't good. I explored through the coral chambers for a little while, just slowly making my way to my next destination, being the Cogwork Dancers. But with only being at one mask, I knew the fight was going to be not only incredibly long, but also it definitely wasn't going to be easy now. And I went in fully expecting to die. But you should know by now, I can work under pretty bad circumstances. Let me show you how well.
easily die at this phase. It is very, very possible. Okay. Now I'm not as concerned. It's just gonna take a really fucking long time. Okay, bro. Okay, first try. Oh my god. That fight took a very, very, very long time. After a 10-minute long attrition of constant battling, the duet bots were defeated. And now, with them now laid to waste, I now have to collect the threefold melody. The threefold song to progress to the final parts of Act 2. But while I was here, I was kind of contemplating with myself. I feel like this wouldn't really work as a fully finished, full-fledged video. I mean, yeah, I got to Act 2 and beat it. Technically, I end the game once I beat the final boss. If you don't know, there's actually a secret third act. But the thing is that it requires doing a lot of shit. Some shit gives you upgrades. Now, most of the forced upgrade through the wishes are, well, they're not like, they don't really have a benefit because of the rules that are already set. For instance, tool pouches and stuff like that don't help us. The only thing that they do is hold more beast shards. But that's it. They don't help us carry more tools because, well, I can't use tools. So, I swallowed more of my pride and said that I would do Act 3 because I think that will make the video feel far more complete than me just going, oh, well, I guess I did Act 2, which I did beat the game, but it just doesn't feel complete that way in my opinion. So, even though you are forced into getting upgrades, which are considered optional, I do want to say that no, you cannot beat Silksong without getting upgrades. I've made that far more apparent, and that was already a pretty known fact. You probably came to this video knowing that, but you probably wanted to see how I would handle it. This is how. Bending the rules a little bit. Making exceptions. I don't like making exceptions, because then what's the point of the actual challenge? But that's a talk for another day, I guess, I think. Anyways, I begin slowly clearing out this arena, which I've been kind of slowly picking at. My weapon is, well, still the same. Usually you'd have an upgrade, or two by now. But in this run, not really. This run was actually starting to get to me here because of, like, this gauntlet. It made me realize that Act 2 was going to be very, very tedious. Fuck you.
you!
I did this for no reason. I can't. I don't even think I can jump over this.
After exploring for so long that I can't even crunch it down within a reasonable frame before my computer fucking explodes, I eventually get to Trovio, our next boss.
I'm drinking some tea. That was kind of watered down because I have ice in it.
After defeating Trobio, I begin to explore into these mines and the underworks to get claw line.
And gamers, I've actually unlocked claw line now. Gooners and goonettes. I then decide, now that I have the ability, to test it out and help me traverse the giant lake of infinite despair. Or just lava, if you want to be simple about it. Anyways, I arrive at the Clawline Gauntlet.
Alright, arena time.
Which is pretty, it wasn't too bad. I think I can just skip over this because I didn't really struggle here. Something that I did suffer on was the Cogwork Core Rising section. I hated the sports fans, not gonna lie. I didn't really like it that much. It was annoying, boring, annoying, boring, annoying, boring, annoying, and guess what? More boring. It was so tedious once I finally got to the puzzle area because it was just kind of, well, guess what? Boring. But, you know, I pulled through after, like, 20 minutes of puzzle works and climbing. Yeah, I regret this. This sucks, bro. 1 out of 3 down. Comedic genius. Oh my goodness, we got it! Yay! After more trouble than it was worth, I eventually got the Psalm cylinder. Anyways, the thing for Vault Keeper Cardinius, so then we can learn the next part of the song or whatever. Wow. Now, to anyone who has a brain and has played this game, and I mean both, not just like one or the other. If you've played Silksong and you have a brain, then you've probably thought about, well, how bad is the High Halls Gauntlet in this challenge? Think about it. I have no tools, absolutely nothing. I have beginner start of the game stats. I have nothing. And this is often considered one of, if not the hardest gauntlet in the entire game. It wasn't fun. This was torture. And this, it was a grind. It was a grind.
Upon the defeat of the High Hall's Gauntlet, I was quite pleased. I was very happy. And I think I have experienced a pop-off now. Yeah, it wasn't exactly that fun. However, it was good to get that off of my chest now. Now, we have the final part of the threefold song. And now we can fight probably my favorite boss, second favorite boss, Lace 2.
My eyes! like that. I am built distinctly. Lace has fallen, and with that, we are now nearing the very ends of the game. If I wasn't going to be doing Act 3. Realistically, you could just do Act 2 and be done. But I want to do this in the... I want it to feel complete. And I feel like the only way that I can do that is if I do Act 3. Of course, this entails a lot of things. And one quest I was really concerned about was the Huntress quest, because it requires you to use tools in order to get the parts to it. But I'm pretty sure you don't have to actually do that wish for Act 3. But I have a lot of grinding ahead of me. Now, I do have to actually collect this to continue the game. It's another silk heart. So, now, I begin slowly questing throughout the entire world. Slowly working towards Act 3, but this, unfortunately, leads to by far one of the biggest tragedies I have ever faced in a challenge run. But for you to see that, you'll have to continue watching. Because my real-time reaction was, well, not pleasant. However, I do decide that eventually I should go to the slab. So, yeah. Oh, the slab. It was the birth of something truly terrifying. A bunch of, people, probably really liked this place. Yep, Hornet is naked. We're not wearing our red cloak, which displeases me greatly. I really like the cloak. I think it's fucking cool. But now we look lame as hell and have a cartoonishly large head. Like, what the fuck? You know what? Fuck this. I'm just gonna skip to the part where... Really, bitch? Gimme that!
begin dashing towards my next forced upon me upgrade. Normally, you don't actually have to get the Fey Down Cloak in order to complete the game, because normally, you can end the game at Act 2. So, theoretically, this challenge is possible, given the very bendy nature of the rules that I've laid down. However, eventually, you'll figure out just how much you have to bend the rules, and at this point I would consider break the rules, in order to make Act 3 an exception. You're not forced to do Act 3, but I wanted to do it. However, it more than proves that this is simply not possible. You'll see what I mean. But eventually, I do get the Fey Down Cloak, after a bit of traversing through Mount Fey. After some more adventuring that I'm not even going to bother to show, I went to Biowater to go fight Grawl the Great. Now, for Act 3, this boss is required, and this boss is the first one to give me an incredible amount of trouble. Not from lack of trying, though, or from the fact of the boss itself, and more of the enemies and the environment that you have to battle with before even fighting the boss. See, now, if you don't know, Grawl the Great is a boss that is fought after a wave of 5 enemies deep within Biowater, normally without a secret bench to help you, which is the one that I'm currently currently got sent back to. That is the secret bench that saves a lot of people's lives, because normally you'd have to go all the way from the Bellway, which is probably anywhere from a 5 to a 6 minute run back, and this makes it less than half that time. So probably like 2 minutes, 3 minutes worth of a run back. It's still long. However, most of the time, people would have upgrades to help them with these kinds of, like, sections. More specifically what I mean, the wave of enemies. Normally you'd have an upgraded weapon, you'd have silk skills, you'd have tools to help you. Tools that directly counter Grawl the Great is like the Pim Pillow or the Voltage Vessels, I think. However, I don't exactly have those luxuries, and oh my fucking god. The amount of hits it took to take down Grawl the Great should be considered a fucking war crime. He is beefy beyond any notion of the word beefy. This dude is built like a fucking tank. And I mean it. Like he's actually built like a fucking truck. Oh god, I hated this fight. It took me so many attempts to finally beat him, but I'm glad to show you not only all my progress sped up, but also the finishing attempt.
Yes! Oh my god! Fuck you. After a very, very long time, I eventually fucking did it. Oh my fucking god. I hated Grawl, but the next boss, I'm not joking, took me... I've never had a boss make me lie down, have to dispense my anger by screaming into a blanket, and then begin to cry.
I hate you!
And then have to take a bath because of how much I was sweating for the past 2 hours just fighting this boss. And a lot of you may know this boss pretty well. Savage Beast Fly. Oh, wait, sorry. I mean, Savage Beast Fly. Oh my god, why did it lock me there? Nah. No! No, wait! No!
To be honest, I didn't really feel much after beating them. If you're wondering how long it took me to beat them, it took me 2 hours worth of attempts and around 3 to 4 hours worth of total time. And what I mean by that is I took many breaks. And by many, I mean 2, but they were pretty long. But I guess I did it, but I don't know how to feel about it. Even now, while editing this video, I don't really know how to feel about it. Anyway, earlier I was talking about something that really shook me, and I think this is around the time where I noticed, and then something that happens even further later that shakes me down even more. Even after all this triumph, it sucks to see this. That's not good. So turns out, in order to even get to Act 3, I might have to actually upgrade my weapon. That's not good. I wasn't expecting to have to do that. Needless to say that this really destroyed me, but I did want to try and show that you could do a lot of things without upgrading your weapon, without using silk skills, tools, and stuff like that. I really did. I wanted that to be the heart of the challenge. That was the whole fucking point. The only reason why I even collected so many things is to even try and make this challenge a possibility. And yet, even with all those exceptions, you need to add so much fucking more, to the point where it's just literally impossible. The prerequisites of doing certain things are just so many that it makes the challenge literally impossible. I didn't want to believe it, but I already saw it. I knew it was true. Distraught and just kind of felt lost. Like, I did all this for nothing. Funny, isn't it? The first challenge run I try to do is fucking impossible, because of course it has to be. I mean, it was already obvious the second that you had to pick up a silk skill and use it, which was, like, what, like 5 to 8 minutes into the video? And, like, 10 minutes into the playthrough? Ever since Silk Spear had to be used, it was already impossible, but I could make an exception for that. But upgrading a weapon by, well, I say choice, but if you want to get to Act 3, it isn't really a choice. It just felt kinda almost soul-crushing to kind of experience. But I knew what I really wanted to do. I wanted to at least beat the final boss of Act 2 without upgrading my weapon before I did. So then I could at least show people that, yeah, you could do that. And plenty of people already knew that you could. I'm sure everybody knows that you can. But I wanted to do it for me. So I guess here's that fight and how it went. Savage Beast Flying Crawl is harder than... Now that I've done that, I did a lot of exploring, and I was going to move the flea caravan to its next destination. Something that I've just been kind of passively doing over time is just collecting fleas to progress to Act 3, since you need to collect a bunch of fleas in order to do so. And it was one of my last objectives. Now, the thing is that I thought that this wasn't going to be much of a problem. However, it's whenever they moved that a problem arose. A reward was given to me. Something I totally forgot about. What was this? A spool fragment.
All the possibilities. Yeah, anyways, I don't care anymore. Just like, here's guns. I don't, whatever.
Really? Really? Okay, well, how am I gonna play through this now? Hold up. Okay, so... I'm trying to think of a way to not use this piece of silk. I guess, like, what I would have to do is I would have to, like, heal. So I heal, and then I have to make sure that it never touches that end. Well, I mean, if it does, then I just have to heal. So then I never actually use it. Right? Fuck. That pisses me off, dude. Fuck, man. So yeah, you literally are forced to... Wait, what quest gives you the spool fragment? For anyone wondering, it's Balm of the Wounded. Oh, fuck, man. Fuck. Dude, I didn't... At this point, I was willing to do anything to, like, try and reverse this, but the problem is that Balm of the Wounded and moving the flea caravan to Fleetopia is both required in order to get into Act 3. You can even search it up. I've searched it up. I've been using, like, the wiki that's literally been made for Hollow Knight Silksong for it. It tells you that that is both a requirement, and both give you spool fragments, and all you need is 2 to make a full piece of spool. So even ignoring the weapon upgrade and all the other stuff, like the forced use of a silk skill, yeah, this challenge just becomes more and more impossible. But I was willing to try and do this with as least upgrades as possible. After a long time, I eventually got access to the Silken Soul quest. Now it is, I should mention that I got another upgrade to my tool pouch once I moved the Flea Caravan to Fleetopia, which only affects the amount of tools that I can have, which doesn't matter, and the amount of beast shards that I hold, which I am showing you, because I figured I want this to be as transparent as possible. Again, there could be plenty of things that I forget, so just keep that in mind. But now I'm off to collect the souls of the others, and also get the snare setter, which is a tool However, counter-argument to that, we never even use it. So, we only use it for the quest, which then it's no longer considered a tool, because it's removed from my fucking inventory. So, if that was going to be any kind of rebuttal or argument for, you know, the snare setter, then, well, get rebuttal, buffoon. I then, after collecting all of the tools that were required by the caretaker, we then make the snare, which will hopefully trap the grandmother Silk and keep the world from kind of going to shit or whatever. I don't really know the lore all that much. I just know that grandmother Silk is apparently an enemy, so I have to kill them. You really expect me to know anything? No. Oh, there's your needles. Oh, there they are. I was wondering where you put them. Welcome to Act 3. It took a lot to get here. A lot of pain, a lot of suffering. But we're here. Well, not we. I'm here. It took so long. And it was so tiring. So much effort, so much time, and now we're here. I'm here. We are all able to see what this run is truly able to become. And my god, is it torment incarnate. The other ones are worse. God damn it. Sherma's just the most adorable NPC in a fucking video game, bro. I'm sorry. Like, it's just, it's just a fact. It really is just a fact. Like, they're just so fucking adorable. Look at them. They're wearing a little outfit. It's so cute. God. One of my favorite NPCs ever. And it's not like because they have like this like complex lore or anything. It's just that they made him so they just made Sherma so damn adorable. Like why like how could you not love Sherma? Like really, like anyways, I have to find the person that helped me make the trap, or well I should say the people that helped me make the trap. I have to try and fix this somehow.
Get that shit off me.
And also, yeah, Silk Spear was kind of forced on me, but I didn't use it, so, yeah. Anyways, I decided to go to the Bellway to try and get to Bone Bottom to get to them. go. Yeah. Who's your good girl? Want to show us your babies? Want to show us your babies? Babies. They're so We went from seeing a balloon knot asshole to finding out that the Bell Beast had children. You know what? I'm proud of her. After 2 shocking revelations, and one of them being the ending to an encounter,
Dude, it's actually so fucking pathetic. And
I
can bounce them.
I don't know, but I have a really big problem. I'm beating a child right now. That's not good. I begin my travels to Bone Bottom to do my original objective. I do want to say though, this video has been going on for a little while, and it's looking like it's gonna be going on for even longer, and you've been watching me for 2 hours straight, probably. You probably just turned on the video and just like don't even care. But, you know, if you're really watching this far, you probably like me. Even though it's kind of cringe to ask, maybe you could help me out a little bit? You know, this is kind of like a dream job, you know? And I've had plenty of dreams be crushed. You know what to do. You know what I'm asking you to do. I have a lovely chat with those who call themselves snail shamans. I then got the orders of going to the deep docks. More specifically, there's an old diving bell there that can help me get to a place that I need to get to. Unfortunately, though, since I lack a simple key, there's no shortcut to my next boss, the Forge Brothers, or something like that. I can actually get him in. Okay, that was easy. Never mind. After defeating the Forge Brothers, I then begin to progress towards my destination, finally, which is the Diving Bell, which is being manned by Barrow, I think his name is. After being given the Diving Bell key, I use it, and then I go inside, ready for my expedition. Time for the fun part.
That's fine.
The Abyss. A place of darkness and housing grotesque and quite frankly terrifying creatures, specifically the Golem Sex and a other enemy that's tubular. Oh fucking god. I wanted to make this just a little quick in and out. It's all I wanted. So, I went ahead and did that. That's a good way to write a villain, though. You know what they say. A hero would sacrifice the one that they love to save the world, but a villain would sacrifice the world to save the one they loved.
PASTEL.
Something about that scene has always struck me as, moving. It's I don't know why. It just... I think it's just a scene that's really important to me. For some reason. I may not know why now, but I hope I figure out soon in my life. I don't know what about it makes it so beautiful, but maybe it's the fact that this world is near its end, and even though these two people hate each other almost, well, not even hate each other, but they're almost like rivals in a sense. Yet they just talk. I don't know if that's what makes it beautiful or something else, but that's besides the point. Our next forced upgrade? Silksong. And yeah, we do actually need it. You'll see why. Actually have to go get Silksong in order to get out. That's why. That little, like, well, not little, but very, very big gap. Yeah, that's exactly why. Anyways, it's now our objective to get out of the abyss. Something that isn't exactly easy to do when one mask and every enemy is kind of terrifying. But I eventually do it. Not after a really cool sequence that I'm going to show you. Oh my fa- Okay, that wasn't that cool. Maybe second time's the charm, yeah. Roar of the Jungle Dragon. After one of the coolest sequences I've ever experienced in a video game, I go back to talk to the Snail Shamans about my experience and about my theory. They eventually tell me that I'm a dipshit and that I need to learn new things, so we're getting a vast variety of forced upon us upgrades in Act 3. which we now learn Elegy of the Deep. Fun, isn't it? This is where my suffering begins! I go to the sands of Croc, I think that's what they're called, and begin to fight the raging conch fly, a boss that serves as a guardian now to my destination. But this creature will not hold me from getting to the Coral Tower. I need to collect the heart from the past. Hi, Bowdy. Good fight. I eventually defeated the raging conch fly and make my way into the Coral Tower. I then rest at a secret bench inside the Coral Tower, go back, and then play Elegy of the Deep, and enter the distant past. The beautiful, ancient Coral Tower. It took so very long for me to even get to this point. Dozens upon dozens of deaths just to get to the third part of the gauntlet. That entire death montage was every death I faced, or roughly every death I faced, to get to this point. This point I am currently recording. It was, and is, just so exhausting just to get here. I don't know if anyone's ever done this before. If I'm the first or one of the very few people to have ever tried it. But even if I died here, it's major progress that's been made. I have to do this. I must. I didn't know how to feel it. It took so long, so fucking long to get there. Just for it to end. All because of the same enemy that I've been struggling with ever since the beginning of the Coral Tower. That one enemy has killed me arguably the most, and it wasn't even because of some stupid attack, it was just because I jumped into them. All because I messed up an attack. I just feel like I feel like it's just impossible, completely impossible for me. I feel like it would be possible for anyone else, There's all these amazing players, all these amazing and skilled and talented people that could do this far easier than I could. I'm not deserving of beating this. Right? In the moment, I think I wanted to be proud, but after reflection, I'm really not. Even if I'm not worthy of the trophy that this challenge brings, I just have to claim it at this point. I need to win. I have to win. No matter how long it takes. Fatigue and exhaustion was kicking in from Coral Tower. I died so much. There were so many deaths. It was just so boring at this point. I was so tired, so I decided that I would leave the Coral Tower for right now. After roughly facing 100-ish deaths. Yeah, it was a lot, yeah. I eventually made my way to Shrine Guardian Seth, my next boss, finally. I'm gonna fucking castrate myself, bro. What are you doing? What is wrong with you? What? Wait, where the fuck were you at? You can't just switch it up. I've got 3 playthroughs of this game. Never once have I seen them done less than 3. Oh, really, bitch? Really? You're just gonna teleport right behind me? You know? I will admit in editing if I'm wrong about that death. I will admit it. Homemade milkshake buff, nothing more. Milkshake buff. Anyways, after that fiasco of Seth, we get ready, well, I get ready to fight a old heart boss. Finally, you know, after dying to the Coral Tower, too many times, and dying to Seth, also too many times. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I find Seth a lot harder than this upcoming boss. I don't know why this boss is so fucking easy. Like genuinely, this is the only time in a playthrough, which I've only done 3, this being my 3rd playthrough of Silksong ever, where I actually died. This is the first time I've ever died to this boss. This boss is so fucking easy, it's actually absurd. The only thing that makes this boss even somewhat difficult is that one stupid little melee attack that they have where they, like, thrash and whip around like like a fucking dumbass. Like, that's the only attack, and that's only because you can't fucking see it coming. You only have, like, this stupid-ass little sound cue that goes off, and it only lasts for, like, maybe, like, half a second, and you don't have nearly enough time to react. Honestly, I'm convinced that you could beat this boss by using your tongue to click the keys on a keyboard. There's probably a chance that you could beat this boss on a dance pad. You could probably beat this with a fucking bidet. It's so fucking easy. Oh wow, I did it! Wow! God, I don't like this game. I hate it. It's so bad. Oh my god. No. that didn't take that long. Give me your heart, I guess. Whatever. Like, man, I really loved that fight. It was so fun and engaging, like any other boss in the game. So, I guess it's back to Coral Tower. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's time to go back to Coral Tower. Yep. I love Coral Tower. It's so much fun. It's so fun and interactive. It's just absolutely awesome. I'm just so ecstatic.
Thank you.
Honestly, I wish I died so I won't have to go back to, you know, all the time right now, so. Actually, wait. No, don't kill me, please. I really want to go back to Coral Tower. Okay, what the fuck is that actually working? Because they didn't fucking attack me. If they actually want me to go back to Coral Tower, because they know that it's more suffering than dying and then trying to run back. Oh my fucking god. Any second I could have delayed in getting back here, honestly would have been for the best, and here I am. I'm now here. Great. Great, what I love. This is what I love! Yay! I love playing Coral Tower! Yay! I love Coral Tower so much. It's so fun and interactive and it's just the best experience in all of gaming. It's so fun. It's so cool. Isn't it so fun? Oh, cool. Fucking awesome. If you're doing close here. Great. Like, I could use literally any advantage. Oh no. Oh no. I don't
Wait, I did it! Yo! I was not expecting to actually beat that this fast. Goodbye, tormented Trobio. Wow, this is kind of crazy. It's gonna be nearly, well, actually longer than 3 hours. Probably the longest video I'll ever have on my channel. I mean, not that I have a lot of videos anyways. Anyways, back to Coral Tower. Fuck you!
Only 14 enemies barred my path from Crust King Khan. I was not going to give up here. After dealing with whatever bullshit that was, I knew I could win. Just give it enough time. I can do anything. At last, I finally know peace. I know now that I no longer have to go to the Coral Tower. I don't have to do any of this ever again. I don't have to fight Khan. I don't have to fight any of the Karak soldiers. And I gain the encrusted heart. Only one is needed, but two remains. I plan on claiming the other two. After a little bit of a break, I eventually get back on and then go to Virandana. Now, I'm not going to show you much of Virandana, or a lot of Virandana, or any real amount of Virandana. The reason why I'm not going to show you a lot of Virandana is because it's boring as hell. It's also a really long run back each and every single time I die to Clover Dancers. Oh! Hey there, Clover Dancers. After defeating Clover Dancers, my next target was made very clear to me. The last of the old hearts, the last of the ancient powers that housed all of Farloom before the great-grandmother Silk had spun this world around her fingers with her threads. Skarksinger Kalamita. Carmelita. However you pronounce her name. It's time I claim her heart too, and vanquish her from her past prime self, for it is needed to save the world in its present day. had the ability to end this, all 4 old ones' hearts claimed by my needle and my hands. I alone had to do this. I must do this. And destroy the sickening, void-threaded plague that rips apart at Farloom's vast belly. I will challenge the past, the prime, and the void. Nothing will stop me. has been defeated. At last. Only one more boss. One last boss stands in my way to the completion of this challenge and being able to press the fucking upload button. This challenge has taught me a lot. It's taught me... Who am I kidding? No, it fucking hasn't. It hasn't really taught me anything. The only thing that it's given me is slight rage-induced cries and wanting to kill myself, but it's odd just to kind of sit at the end of a challenge that you know was impossible, yet you wanted to try and do it in the most legitimate way you could. It went from no upgrades to see the least amount of upgrades you can do to beat the game. I didn't upgrade health. I was forced into an upgrade of spool and an upgrade of my weapon, but I never used any tools, any silk skills, no nothing. Just pure needle combat. And I think that that deserves its own kind of, I guess badge of honor, valor, whatever. It was very difficult to get to this point. Dying over 100 times to Coral Tower. God, this run. I am so glad to be right at the finish line. Time to visit my memory. Hornet's memory. Gather the Everbloom and free the world from this dreadful black spun threads and defeat the void once and for all.
Yakura. Arnero.
Yanara. Fadastama.
Merman. Akoman.
I have now obtained the Everbloom. The one thing I need to descend into the abyss, the void, and finally free Farnaloom from its terrible fate. I must do this. As I have had to do everything before, I will not give up. I will not lose. And now it's time for one last dive.
Da, Fenestra. Yanara. Hasbin? Buenera. Finistra.
I felt lost. I just died over and over again. Attempt to attempt to attempt. Just dying over and over again, failing repeatedly. I had to be getting close, right? Just tiring, exhausting, and I didn't know what to do. It just weighed on my mind. When will it end? But it only ends once I finally once I finally go all in. And I knew that I haven't. I was enjoying myself. I was having fun. Because I really liked the boss. I wanted to fight the boss. Now, that doesn't mean that I wasn't trying to beat them. Of course I was. I've been beating them the entire time. Across the many, many, many attempts that I've been spending on this boss, I've been trying to defeat them on every single one. From the first to the last. But I knew that even though I was still trying, I wasn't fully trying. I was determined. I know I was. Ever since Coral Tower, it should be obvious to anyone I'm determined. I'm determined to beat this. I'm determined to challenge myself further past this point. Because I know I'm better than this. I'm better than this challenge now. So I think it's about time that I finish it. I was joking about doing it on attempt 69, by the way. I was completely joking. Wow. god. I did it! Yes! Oh my god, dude. That was... Dude, that last fight was fucking good, dude. Fuck me. Well... I don't know why, like, I was actually getting, like, nervous at the end. Dude, that fight is so nerve-wracking, bro. It takes so long. Oh my god. Oh, what a good final boss. What a good boss for this fucking challenge, dude. So, can you beat Silksong without using any silk skills, any tools, without upgrading health, without upgrading spool, without upgrading your weapon? No. No, you can't. It was obvious whenever the video was starting to begin, and I came in not knowing about how impossible it was, but knowing that it wasn't exactly possible. However, with mods, and maybe a couple skips, yeah, probably. Yeah, you still have to gather silk hearts, which you're forced into. If you want to do Act 3, you're forced to upgrade spool at least once, and then upgrade your needle at least once. But I think for the most part, I'm fine with that. As far as I know, I don't know anyone else that's really done this. I know that Fireborn's done Crestless, but it isn't exactly the same. Now, is it a harder run? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But I think that this run is pretty hard. Again, I absolutely do not know if anyone else has done it. That's why I did it. But I just kind of wanted to leave this off, this like little part at the end. If you have any ideas that you would like to see me do, like games or whatever, I am open to that. I don't have a lot of games right now, and I kind of want to experiment. I like challenge runs and hard games. But I think that now, finally, I know peace. See you. See you whenever I decide to do another video, which I don't know what it will be. It might be Infernum. Might not. I don't know. Anyways, have a good rest of your day, night, whatever. Bye-bye.